All right, so we're going to listen to Charlie Kirk talk to a young man about being a man. This is one of the reasons that we uh, held him as a martyr in our eyes, is because of the ministry that he was taking to the children on the campus. All they saw him as a guy who was trying to be a bully and do this and do that, but we saw other things that you may not have seen. Let's pay attention.
Might be a little off, but for people that have had multiple experiences trying to connect with God or some sort of higher power in some form, but have not been able to find that, what would that person do you believe?
Well, you should. What you aim at is what you get. The first thing is you got to read the.
First thing I want to make note of is he says, what you aim at is what you get. We don't teach young people to aim for things that are higher than themselves, namely God. As we go on, we'll see what he's saying here.
Bible every day. And then finally, if you want to get closer to God, stop doing sinful things. I always laugh. People say, well, I'm not close to God. Yeah, I was up till 3 a.m. drinking, and I've been doing weed all day long and watching and eating whatever I want to eat. The flesh dulls the spirit from getting closer to the Almighty. And by the way, this is just good life advice. If the flesh dulls your spirit, getting closer to the Almighty. So it's just good life advice. If it makes you feel good in an instant, it's probably bad for you. True. And a man versus a boy is someone who's able to say no for the things that feel good but aren't good for you over long periods.
Did you see what he said? A man versus a boy. We're not raising men anymore. We have boys in men bodies because we're not taught to deny the flesh. We're not taught to say no to ourselves. Oh, just do whatever makes you feel good. And we end up hurting women and children in the process because we've not been taught to be men. We're boys. And a lot of that reason is because fathers are now gone.
Of time, a man versus a boy is someone who's able to have delayed gratification, not go out drinking every night, treat women with honor and respect, stay up late and actually, studying. People are booing, saying not going up, drinking every night. That's fine, but it's like success comes at a certain cost. If you guys want to be average, then you guys can go be the chief executive officer for your local Bud Light club or whatever, right? Instead, if you want to be excellent at something, it means saying no to the flesh, saying no to the things that make you feel good all the time. And our society is highly addicted to substances, and we wonder why we have the most depressed, anxious, alcohol-addicted generation in history. A lot of these reasons are because of that. So what it means to be a man are a lot of those things, and also standing up against injustice. The most masculine thing you can do is stand up against the injustice and the suffering of others. And this is what bothers me a lot, is that we are called to defend women. We are called to defend women that are.
Did you hear that? We are called to defend women. God put us as men to do that. And when we don't, we turn them into wanting to become men because we're not being men. And that's not a good thing.
Being criticized, that are being criminalized, or whatever you say, especially in our marriage. And then finally, we as men are not called to go sleep with like 100 different women. That's BS. Find one woman for your life as a wife, take her as your wife, and have a family with that person. Monogamy takes effort. There is no skill in being a polyamorous polygamist. In fact, you'll end up being a very miserable person if that's the case.
Might be a little off, but...
And this is why we held him as a martyr, because he's telling young people the truth about life and getting into a place where they can actually live and have freedom from the sin that burdens the heart so easily. He told them about being a man of one wife. We don't even get this type of preaching at church sometimes. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you.